She had it all: beauty, success, and confidence, but one secret shattered the illusion. And tonight, that secret was about to be revealed. Julia, a 28-year-old entrepreneur, was celebrated for her strength and independence. Everyone admired her, her friends, colleagues, and even strangers who watched her rise to success. To the world, Julia seemed unshakable. But what no one knew was that behind her perfect facade, she wrestled with 7 personal weaknesses that had deeply scarred her life. Each one was tied to a pivotal moment in her past, moments she had buried so deep that even she avoided thinking about them. One evening, as she sifted through her mail, she came across a mysterious envelope. Inside was an anonymous letter that read, "Face your past before it consumes your future." The cryptic message left her unsettled. She knew it wasn't just a warning, it was a challenge. The past and the weaknesses. Julia knew the letter was right. She'd spent years running from her fears, pretending they didn't exist. But as she sat alone in her apartment, the words on the page seemed to pull her back into her memories, forcing her to confront the 7 weaknesses that had shaped her life. Number 1. Trust issues. As a child, Julia had a best friend named Lily. They were inseparable until Julia discovered that Lily had shared one of her deepest secrets with others. The betrayal shattered her ability to trust anyone fully. Since then, Julia had built walls around herself, never letting anyone get too close. Even in her adult life, friendships felt shallow because she was always waiting for the other person to break her trust. Number 2. Insecurity. In her early 20s, Julia fell deeply in love with someone she thought was her soulmate. But the relationship turned toxic. Her partner constantly belittled her, making her feel unworthy of love or success. Over time, she began to internalize those insults, and even after breaking free from the relationship, the voice of self-doubt lingered in her mind. Number 3. Fear of failure. Julia had always been an overachiever, but during her second year of college, the pressure became unbearable. She struggled to keep up with her courses and eventually dropped out. That decision haunted her for years, making her terrified of trying anything new because she feared failing again. Number 4. Loneliness. After leaving college, Julia threw herself into her career, determined to prove her worth to the world. While she climbed the ladder of success, her personal life suffered. She chose her career over meaningful relationships, isolating herself from friends and family. Though she had a life others envied, she often felt an overwhelming sense of loneliness. Number 5. Overthinking. Julia had a habit of replaying past mistakes in her mind, constantly wondering, what if? Every decision she made was followed by endless second-guessing. It was as though she carried the weight of 100 alternate scenarios, each one gnawing away at her peace of mind. Number 6. Guilt. Julia's younger sister, Emma, had always looked up to her. But when Emma struggled with mental health issues during her teenage years, Julia was too caught up in her own life to notice. Emma's pain went unnoticed for years, and Julia blamed herself for not being there when her sister needed her most. Number 7. Love. The heartbreak from her toxic relationship left Julia unable to open her heart again. She avoided any chance of falling in love, terrified of being hurt. Though she longed for companionship, the fear of vulnerability kept her from letting anyone in. As Julia reflected on each of these moments, tears streamed down her face. The letter's words echoed in her mind, "Face your past before it consumes your future." Determined to uncover the identity of the letter's sender, Julia began to investigate. The clues led her on a journey through her past. She visited her childhood home, where memories of Lily's betrayal resurfaced. She found an old diary tucked away in a box, its pages filled with the raw emotions she had long forgotten. Finally, she received an email from someone claiming to know her deepest truths. The email contained an address and a single line, "Meet me here if you're ready to heal." Heart-pounding, Julia arrived at the location. It was a quiet park she hadn't visited in years. Standing there was Emma, her younger sister. Emma revealed that she had written the letter. She had seen how Julia's unresolved pain was holding her back and wanted to help her face it. Through tears, the sisters embraced. Emma apologized for her own mistakes, and Julia confessed the guilt she had carried for so long. They spent hours talking, reliving memories, and finding forgiveness. For the first time in years, Julia felt a weight lift from her shoulders. She realized that her weaknesses were not flaws but evidence of her resilience. They were the battles she had fought and survived, and they had shaped her into the person she was today. Julia made a promise to herself: she would no longer hide her vulnerabilities but embrace them. She vowed to rebuild her relationships, starting with Emma, and to face the future with courage and an open heart. Moral/takeaway. Your weaknesses don't define you, they are the foundation of your strength. Embracing them is the first step to becoming whole.